We do have 4 tournament races tonight, starting right now with CobaltStreak versus Slackholicus. I guess I'll give you the real quick rules.
And it looks like we've begun.
Oh, have we already? I'm not there yet. There it is. You are ahead of me. That's good.
Yeah, well.
So you don't need the rules. You know them. The Balls of Steel website's there if you need them. We're good to go. God, I am, like, actually nervous.
Both of them have quick item rooms, and Cobalt's actually not resetting right away because he likes the bombs, I guess.
Is he going to take it after talking about it?
He's just kind of up. There's the reset.
Yeah, there's a little reset delay there. You can get that little bit of a loading screen on your resets.
Those always suck.
Yeah.
But can't use spider mod, so we can't avoid that kind of thing.
Can't trust everyone we'd like to trust, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly.
When money's on the line.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I was very opposed to people using spider mod, and I knew it was against the rules, so no big deal. I'm surprised that he reset on a pride fight there.
I am too. I see a lot of guys reset on the early mini bosses. I don't think they take that
The only
long.
one that I think is worth resetting for is Envy.
Is Envy, yeah. I think it's an extra item, possibly an extra reroll. I don't agree with this, and I see it a lot.
Early Halo flies?
No, leaving the cursed room, secret room, to avoid the red heart damage. The red heart damage is irrelevant on this floor. You should be able to get that red heart damage back. So he burned his bomb there instead of just taking the extra red heart damage to go through the cursed room. Personally, red heart damage on floor 1, you're going to heal it off the first boss. If you can't make up that life by the end of the game, I don't think it's game-changing enough. Where that bomb can be game-changing. You can be 2 pennies short of your compass.
In a race setting, I would definitely agree.
Yeah.
Oh wow, they've both seen toothpicks now.
And that's going to be Slack's 3rd orbital.
Already.
On basement
really
1, that's huge for Slack. Somebody like Slack or Cobalt with 3 orbitals, they're going to make it. So now it's going to come down to a speed race, you know, who's going to be
Cobalt's
faster.
having no luck, though.
Hopefully it doesn't get to him. He's not too far in. 2 minutes isn't terrible. I mean, we saw you reset for a few minutes.
He's okay with the speed and range, though.
That's my favorite. I'm a big fan of it for not special.
Yeah, non-special, it's totally good for a race.
Yeah.
Sadly, it doesn't affect your hitbox. We all wish it would.
Yeah. And knowing that Slack is often running with no damage either.
Oh, and then the late reset there on that one.
Oh, really? But knowing Slack is often running with no damage, I might have gone just to stay on page with him.
Especially with 3 orbitals.
Yeah.
I don't think that Slack has a lot to worry about for most of the time here. He can really focus on getting some good rerolls from a few things.
Exactly. And if Cobalt's going to keep resetting, that's more time that... Oh, but look what happens.
Oh, there we go.
Cobalt's favorite. One of my favorites. Hopefully he knew what color it was. He is terribly colorblind.
Well, it looks like you figured it out.
Money equals power next to an arcade.
That's really good.
Let me play.
And he's... Oh, nickel's good.
That is going to be some serious money. Maybe an IV bag. Get the IV glitch in.
An IV bag would have been huge. Yeah. I don't know if we'd have seen the glitch going, but...
Oh, I think we would have. For the damage, it's a lot of damage.
It is a lot of damage. And he is ahead.
Oh,
forehead. That Super Envy is no good.
That's the worst. You've got a good build. You can't reset.
Yeah, you really can't.
You can't. So you just gotta...
Only one of his orbitals does damage to them.
Yes.
Because I know that if I were in that situation, I would find myself using my orbitals pretty aggressively for this.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's doing that a little bit, but I don't know. I'd probably go a little crazier. But it's definitely
especially now that I've been hit once, I would have been concerned with the first hit because I would have maybe been afraid of the 3 Soul Heart Devil deals. We've seen them a lot, and they've been real trolly. So when I had 2, I might have counted on hopefully finding a second. But now that I've burned 1, yeah, I'd be getting a little more aggressive.
Yeah, it's always nice to have a Guardian Angel or a Sacrificial Dagger for that, though. But it is unfortunate when you get the Sacrificial Dagger and don't have the blocking tiers.
And the way it spaces apart your other 2 orbitals, to me, is a little bit awkward.
Yeah, it can be pretty bad.
Yeah, it puts 2 in the front and 2 in the back, like at all times. It leaves that big hole on one side, it feels like to me.
Exactly. It's literally exactly what it does.
Yeah.
But that's mitigated if you have the Guardian Angel, since you'll have a lot more side-swiping blocking ability.
The orbital sweet speed, for sure.
He does get the fly, and he is going to take it.
He did get the fly? I'm not there yet. Uh-oh. There it is. There it is.
I probably would have to skip the fly, knowing that I'm way too aggressive with it, and it causes me to take a lot of damage, but he's using it just like I would.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those that I might have left and then decided, is it worth backtracking for? So, I don't know.
I think that it's incredibly useful in rooms like the one he's in with all these rocks.
Yeah. And Slack's smart. He can put it to good use. as you see, swinging it around right now. And trying to get it in the
Saving
second.
his reroll here.
Yeah. Does have the shop money, and it's that sad ladder. No one wants
Check
to see
for
it.
the impossible secret room.
The impossible.
I mean, I'm just saying.
It is. And I've seen a lot of guys going for him. I'm sure you have seen it as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the things that I'm really glad to know how to do. He checks another one and uses... he doesn't have the bombs for this. People need to learn the rules for this.
Yeah, that's huge. I'm surprised Slack doesn't know that. It's an impossible.
I am too, honestly.
Unless he was expecting it to wrap down and was just trying to get ahead of time. I mean, the challenge room would have had to point down for that secret room to be possible.
As it stands, though.
Where is it now, though?
The mini boss or next to the challenge room.
Okay, that's what it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with his bomb count, he can't really.
You can't really risk it.
I wouldn't really be willing to gamble on it.
We've seen a lot of guys going for those. Again, guys, if you have a marked room, like an arcade, shop, anything that has a picture on the map, above or below a horseshoe situation like that, the horizontal horseshoe, it can't be there. And either side.
Oof.
The band
this
card.
devil room, though. This devil room.
I'm not there yet.
He's
I'm
going
excited.
all in on it,
I'm
too.
excited. Oh, baby. You got to go all in on that one. Knowing who you're up against, I'd have to go there.
I hate the room that he got first thing on Catacombs 1.
Cobalt's took that little bit of red heart damage, and I know he's going to be shaking his head about it for a day to come. Still doesn't have a ton to work with here.
But he is still ahead. Not for long, though, when we see a knife.
Slack, the only concern now is life. That world card's a big
oh, man.
pickup.
He's got a good run going.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I'm assuming it's a compass. It is.
That's exactly what it is.
That's what I was afraid of.
Pressure now. That's for sure. He even has the little Steve.
Cobalt likes the lead, and that Slack has actually come right out to me and said, I think if I can get ahead of Cobalt, I can beat him. Cobalt likes his leads.
I don't doubt it. I think that anyone in this can win.
Yeah. But I know Slack thinks if he can put the pressure on Cobalt and make him have to jump the gun, he can make him make some mistakes. So we'll see if that pays out.
I think that this is a good run to be able to do that with, especially because not only does Cobalt not have a great setup, Slack has a really great setup.
But still weak enough he could die late. So if he can get Cobalt to make some mistakes early, it could pan out huge.
Yeah, he just needs to worry about his life right now, which I don't think he's going to have a problem with for very long.
Flat penny is a huge pickup, and 3 keys out of 3 coins. That never happens for me. I'll pick up 9 coins and get 1 key.
That's pretty bad.
I love the flat penny early like this.
HD. I'm
fan.
interested in that.
I'm a fan.
I don't disagree with it. I think that with this setup, low life, I think it's worth it to guarantee no telepills and have maybe a Balls of Steel or 2 health ups or something like that.
It's adding it to the pool will definitely give you more chances at those better pills. And not only that, the rerolls. I mean, I personally said when you were racing, and I don't know how much your commentary we watched, that I thought you were overvaluing the item rooms. I feel like they're just way too random. I thought you were undervaluing the shops and overvaluing the item rooms.
I definitely agree that I was undervaluing the shops.
So when I see something passive like that in an item room in a race, I kind of just say, hey, it can't hurt. Krampus, on the other hand, is going to do no good, but he will get the roll on the coal. Maybe make some magic with it eventually here. Well, let's see.
And he's got a pretty good item out of it. He's got a good setup.
That is nice for safety with the low life.
Not necessarily happy that he had to take the range up, but you know,
Cobalt taking more red heart damage. The Devil Deal lack is
hot.
Yeah,
but this is a really good item room that Slack's going to run into.
Wow, already having 2, making it, or already having 3, now just making him spin faster.
And another one that does damage to everything.
Yes. Ah, man.
Yeah, I guess I agree with his card choice there. With the setup disparity, I might have stuck around on that one a little longer, waited for it, but he does still have the flat penny, so it's pretty alright.
Cobalt really needs to get into some of these devil deals himself, and he just is not finding any soul hearts at all to do it.
Not dodging well enough either.
Yeah. It is Biznap, everybody. That is the man you're hearing. It's not just like weird recordings of him playing in the background. I have sound clips. It's a Biznap soundboard.
It works pretty well, I must say.
Gonna use some bombs on this Husk fight. He knows he's made some little mistakes here, and he doesn't want to be down a race. But it's gonna be hard to catch up to Slack. And Slack, like I said, good run. Not extremely carried yet.
He's slow enough that it's pretty safe right now.
Finally a devil deal, and that's what Cobalt needed right there.
Oh, there's the comeback potential right there.
And he's going to move. He's going to move quick. Is this going to XL him?
It could be, or it
oh
could
no,
just be bad luck freeze.
That is Depths 1. It is just a freeze.
Another thing that's great about Spider Mod, but can't be allowed.
I do feel the slight delay is sometimes caused by the XL floors, but when it gets to the long delay, it's not necessary. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a straight up normal Depth 1.
Not even a curse of any type. Yeah. So the race is really on. Cobalt's still leading.
Cobalt is ahead.
Those Slack has more than enough ability to catch up if he needs to. Unless Cobalt does that every floor. Inner Compass is like a boss. I mean, directly.
Does he skip the item room? I think it might be worth it.
I think he has to skip it. Knowing that he has no mapping.
And Slack has an XL floor. That is not good.
Not good for Cobalt. Great for Slack. I would have took the range. I see a lot of guys not valuing any range with their knife. I like the little charge bonus.
I wouldn't have taken it in his situation simply because of his health. I would have definitely reloaded.
Yeah, I guess.
But in general, I do think that range is underrated with it. Yes, absolutely.
I do. We saw Punny, I think it was, who just straight up skipped a range up on his boss fight. Just said, it's not worth the time to pick it up. Opens a gold chest later, and there it was again.
I can't get behind that.
Yeah. Especially those items that could double spawn. You need to know those little things can be crucial.
Cobalt skipping the second cube of meat.
Mm-hmm.
When he already has Little Steve. I don't know.
Not when you already have Little Steve. I don't agree. Though.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. No, I would have had to take it when I've already got Little Steve. But I know his life is low, so he's probably trying to be as safe as he can. I don't know why he took Little Steve in the first place.
I don't know why you would take Little Steve at all, personally.
Oof.
All right, we've got... Oof, that's a bad reroll for...
That's a terrible reroll.
There. He doesn't even use it, though.
He cuts the spikes perfectly on his first attempt. Can he cut his way back out? No, a little too far over, but nice try.
At least it wasn't a loss.
Yeah, no loss there.
And I think, well, I mean, Slack, I think he should just be going for the boss.
I wouldn't, 0.3 damage.
He has gotten this health up here, small damage up.
I wouldn't even
just get out.
I wouldn't even take the meat personally. 0.3 damage to me with a knife.
It's not huge, but it does add up. A base
doubles.
knife isn't amazing for the Isaac and Blue Baby fights.
Yeah, it doubles with the pokes and what, a little more than triples with the thrust, if I'm not mistaken.
Geez, the knife is like one of the things that I do not.
I know we have finally determined from our experience that it doubles with the poke.
It is best thrown.
Yes.
I don't know how the range scales it, but I know it is best thrown, and I know that if you just repeat it, it will be better.
Right. It has that peak point where it can maximize damage, but it's weird.
But it is not better to do that unless you have the craziest fire rate.
Right. And that's a hard one to judge. I actually did play with that a little bit and see that you could do more damage with crazy fire rate, because knife doesn't cap at fire rate at all, does it?
I think it does.
Does it?
I think it caps at the same place.
I thought the range could break the tier cap.
That could be.
Okay, I thought so. I thought somebody was playing around the other day with spider modding range, and you could get like 100 underwear, and the thing just threw like instantly. But maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe it's one you'll have to look at.
Probably right, because since range doesn't affect the normal fire rate value,
right.
It would not be surprising for that to be an oversight.
And does range actually cap in the game? It'd be hard to judge due to the fact that it hits a wall. Okay, it doesn't cap.
Or if it does, it is so insanely high that you're never going to hit it.
So that would make sense then. And Cobalt's just intercompassing it up. Oof. Does he go packed? We've been talking about it's a questionable decision.
And then he doesn't. Does he? Ooh, he doesn't even take the paw.
Doesn't even touch the paw.
I might have gone with the paw.
And carried it.
Would have been just as risky.
Cobalt loves his red hearts, though. He thinks he's a good enough dodger that he can out-dodge his Polaroid procs in most scenarios, so...
And I think that's a reasonable thought, though, with the way the earlier part of this run went.
It wasn't necessary, yeah. It wasn't true then. Cobalt needs that inner compass to just keep working. It's his only chance. Even though Slack's getting some long floors, he knows where he's going. If Cobalt gets a really bad wound 2 here or something, it could be just too far.
At the point where he was when he left that room, I would have just finished it, personally.
Yeah, right.
Because he did some really good weaving, and everything was working nicely. Now here we see the PhD come in handy for
a lot
Slack.
of pills. Luck.
But he's not even waiting on any of them.
Friends, I would have... Well, he doesn't have to wait for the telepills.
Yeah, because you definitely
Because
can't
he has the
get that.
PhD and he didn't pop one before. But yeah, he's moving. I'm moving.
Very
Slack
close
needs a
race we have.
darkness, maybe? That would help.
Darkness would definitely even things out a little
yeah,
bit.
a little bit. And he's going to take the Book of Belial. That's not an item I've seen Cobalt take that many times.
It's probably worth it. Does he have any damage up with his brimstone at this point?
Yeah, the growth hormones.
Yeah, he has. Oh, he has the mark and money equals power. No, that's Slack.
That's Slack.
That's the wrong
yeah.
side. I have them open the other way, and then I look at yours, and it's the other way.
Yes, I have to make sure to line them up.
Growth hormones.
Yes, he does have the growth hormones. So not a huge damage up, but he does have a little. The book's going to help. What is it? It is 2 even, right?
Which one?
The Belial.
Yeah, 2 even.
Yeah.
And no blood of the martyr or anything.
No modifier.
So you don't need to worry about that.
We did see someone with it and had the potential to get both together earlier.
It's a very, very good setup.
It's super strong.
Slack's taking the lead here.
And there's that darkness, so I might have cursed him. I'm sorry, Slack.
But yeah, there is the darkness.
Can we still be friends? Cobalt needed that, though. He really did. He's got the Sun card.
Pickup, though. That is huge with his money equals power.
Yeah, he's rocking 4 damage.
Cents. That is a lot.
He'll be, if he maxes coins, that'll be over 5 damage. That'd be pretty
3.96 for money equals power.
Yeah, adding his other items, he'd be over 5
Yeah.
damage, which would be huge for him. Considering he's got that mark and that meat as well. Adding another 1.3.
Yeah, it would be just over 5.
And there's the fight for Cobalt. He needed it. Now, does Cobalt burn the sun? I don't think he can because of his life.
That depends how confident he is.
I know. The mapping, though, he needs to keep the lead here, and knowing that Slack can't do anything to go fast on this floor. And he's already got the compass.
Yeah, but Slack's found his boss already.
Oh, he does, too. There it is. Yes. Ugh. So a true 1-floor lead with a very strong build. It's going to be very hard for Cobalt to do anything here. He would need some serious low-core carrying. And miss that
Slack's
one.
just going to tank. I don't blame him here. He does have 11 keys as well. So he's going to be able to make something work out of the chest.
He got really pretty good. Yeah, with his damage, he got down through that pretty quick without taking as much damage as I expected him to. He judged his damage very well.
I don't agree with him taking the miter there.
Really?
I definitely don't.
I guess I agree.
He has plenty of health.
Yeah, I
2
agree.
rolls is much better than 1.
I probably would have grabbed it out of instinct, though. As a racer, it's one of those things that it can be a lifesaver, but yeah. Maximizing your rolls. But he probably won't backtrack for any rolls, to be honest. So.
Yeah, he doesn't necessarily have that kind of time.
Yeah, I wouldn't say so.
But every cent here counts.
Yeah, and he's getting close to that max coinage. He's going to leave 1. So he says not every cent, Bisnap. All but 1. All but 1. Very good race. And got to give Cobalt all the credit in the world for keeping up with this build. Like, he is definitely the underpowered guy, not just with knife to brimstone. The damage difference here, 1 damage to 5, like we were talking about earlier.
And Slack's at his boss. I'm thinking we have our first game.
And we're at 18 minutes currently as he enters the room. Taking a bit of
Very
damage there,
fast.
using the bombs too, doesn't even care. He says, I'm going to get it done as quick as I can.
And
Double
that's the first
bombing,
game.
and there it is. 18-24, the chest hits the floor.
So now there's the pressure that he needs to be putting on Cobalt.
Which is exactly what he came in and said he wants to do. I would want the same. It's not easy. It's not an easy accomplishment by any means. Slack looks cool as a cucumber too, man. If you look at his cam.
So he can afford to reset a little bit extra, going for something really good.
Yes.
But I don't think that he's going to take the time. I think he wants to keep the pressure on Cobalt for the second game, even if he can't win it. He wants to be putting up a good time, even if his setup's bad.
Yes, and I think Slack is very set in his strategies now. I've talked and watched him a lot, and I don't think he makes too many of his decisions off that early opponent unless it's something very carried. So we'll give them a second here. Give them a minute to get their bearings straight. I'm sure that was close, and Cobalt was feeling it because he knew he had an opportunity there. If that Womb 2 would have went a little cleaner for him, maybe, but I don't know. Slack's damage was hard to beat. That damage.
It would be very nice if we saw a lot of pressure on 2 bad runs here. I think that would be a good second game.
Yes, that would be. Especially, We've seen a lot of guys taking the mid-game resets and stuff like that from the bad runs. I'd like to see their strategy if they both end up on tier runs, which can happen.
I would really like to see 2 tier runs here.
If
But
you want,
of course, I won't blame anyone for taking a knife or a brimstone.
You can't say no. You can't.
You cannot.
And that's the big thing with this rule set. You gotta realize when your opponent has something, what it takes to go. And I think Cobalt played it as well as he could to try to maintain that lead. And he didn't die.
He did not die.
A lot of guys would have died.
It just came down to his less than amazing dodging early game.
Early game, yeah. With the big damage up, I was surprised at how much damage he took early. Getting growth hormones.
A full damage up is pretty serious to start.
As a first item is actually 1.9 damage with a modifier, so it's pretty big damage.
And I mean, that's good enough to carry you through the Depths 1 without a problem,
Yes,
easily.
for sure. A lot of our old school heart racing and a lot of my speedruns live racing came down to 1 or 2 items because we're pushing so hard. We don't go back for much.
We have Cobalt resetting fast and furious, trying to get the item as soon as possible, and he's actually going to take Boom here.
He didn't take it last time. He likes the Soul Heart start. Maybe he says, I'm not going to miss another Devil Deal. I've got a Soul Heart this time.
I think I agree with you there.
I've got a Soul Heart this time. Let's get a Devil Deal.
He's trying to put the pressure on Slack before Slack can put the pressure on him.
The scary part now is, though, when you're carrying something like Boom.
Oh man.
That's the scary part. Exactly.
That's the scary part.
Ipecack's fast.
Shot. We've got a lot of pressure on Cobalt immediately. And that's not what he wanted to see. Another huge flat penny right at the start.
Oh my god, again from the get, too. Is he going to check the shop?
He does check the shop, and I don't think I agree with that.
I don't either. And there's little Steve again for Cobalt. Nothing good.
This time he's not taking it. It's not worth the special.
It's definitely not. Before he had the growth hormones, so I sort of thought, you know, you're already at your 70% or whatever. Slack taking his time though. He's not gonna overdo it. Ipecack's fast.
He doesn't have pressure right now.
Yeah.
He really doesn't. He can take this as slowly as he needs to. I don't agree that he took the time to shoot the poop since he can't get anything from it.
Can't get any items from those poops, exactly. And a horse.
I would honestly probably go with it at this point.
Would you take the horse with the cack?
I think I would take it this early if I have Ipecack.
I would have to say no because I want mapping with my Ipecack more than I want a horse.
I'd have more faith, mostly. He can't take this health up. He takes this health up. I don't agree with that at all.
He did take it.
A really big thing.
That is a big deal.
That is not something that you can really afford. Ipecack's going to actually come against him maybe if he plays this wrong.
Look how far it's shooting, just the difference from the first room to that one. Yeah, the shot speed is relative, or basically it becomes range with Ipecack. It does with everything.
Yeah, but it's actually a very big deal with Ipecack just due to the way the arc works.
And Cobalt,
It's
again,
going to be incredibly difficult when he gets to the caves and has to worry about Globins, for example. He's going to have no chance against them very easily. He's going to need to bomb through a lot of rooms, and if he gets a bad boss room, it's going to be painful.
For sure. It's always hard to pass those health ups when you're carrying something like Ipecack, but at the same time, you know, if it's easier to get through those rooms, you're going to take less damage regardless, you know. I don't value red heart containers at all. I really don't. I'm always looking to put it on soul hearts. And Cobalt got another iffy devil deal, just the pact. He did get to lock him in, but...
See, and he's already having trouble with the fly room thanks to his Ipecack.
Look at how far that's shooting when he's backpedaling. You pretty much have to be standing completely still to get those Ipecacks to be in any kind of close range.
And Cobalt's got a halo now. He's putting a lot of pressure for not having such a carry item.
Again.
And he's doing it very well.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty big lead. And he's not even playing it too slowly. He's just...
Did he not check for his secret room there to get into his item room? Or did I miss... Oh, no, he's up there. Never mind.
He found the other
Yeah, he
secret
found
room.
it. Yeah.
Oh, but I do like this paw. Does he use it or does he keep it? He uses it once, all right. Oh? Okay.
That's a hard decision for me, too. I'm trying to think of what I would do.
This isn't... I don't think that one's worth it right there, getting the
To give up the one heart container, I would do it... I'd come back for it after my devil deal.
I agree with that.
You're probably going to take a 2-heart devil deal. You could still... And Ipecack Cat isn't the worst combination.
You can still spawn some flies, you just don't gain the extra damage.
And...
It's all about direct hits, and he's going to have a problem with direct hits, though.
I hate to say it, but he may be looking for like a brimstone. You know... He didn't get his...
pretty big...
He didn't reset his game.
Ipecack, that's a big multiplier.
Slack did not reset his game and did not get a devil deal.
Oh, man.
That's a huge rookie mistake. Like...
And he's shaking his head.
Oh, yeah.
He knows.
He knows.
Like, how could I forget this?
Because not only does it mess up this devil deal, it can mess up the rest of your game. He can see no more devil deals. It has happened.
Yeah, do you know when he got his last devil deal?
I have no clue.
Because it must have been pretty late. He had plenty of soul hearts, no problem with that.
Yeah.
He probably saw it as late as like the Womb 1.
Yeah.
So he's going to be feeling really bad about that for a while.
Cobalt getting beat up on this fight here. I actually died in my speedrun yesterday to this boss.
Oh, man.
And with that pentagram, too, the increased chance of devil deals, you want your devil deal math to be on point.
That you do.
Because, yeah, I would be looking at with what I'm racing against to swap my Ipecac out for Brimstone, get that 300% damage Ipecac. Or Brimstone, I mean.
I like the Cobalt's taking the left hand. I didn't like how he fought that boss, though. I think he did it completely wrong. That's just my opinion, though.
He kept trying to get in front of him without the range to do it, I thought. And let him throw the goo at him. I like to do it side to side.
I definitely stay to the side and the other way.
He actually got me yesterday in a really weird one. He can turn instantly. He doesn't have any kind of turn time.
Absolutely. Ooh, this Fallen fight, though, this could be pretty big.
With the left hand, if he can pick something up decent here. I'm a huge fan of the left hand.
If he can get one of the spacebar guppy items, re-roll it, get something good like Brimstone or a Flight or something, then he has the left hand. He's doing really well.
And he has taken red heart damage, so no devil deal on this floor most likely. Did he take it in this fight, or did he take it in the Edmund fight?
I do believe he took it earlier. He took it last room, yeah.
Okay.
So he can still, you know, he's got the 36% at least.
Yeah.
So far, of course.
This is not the easiest of fights. And there's a little tappa-tappa. Now if he gets kissed, oh.
And there it is. So he's definitely not getting a devil deal unless he's the luckiest man we've seen so far. There's the Flight, and he re-rolls it.
Have you got the 1%er?
I have.
I haven't, but I haven't
gotten the 0.25.
Oh, have you? I haven't gotten it that I've ever realized. If I did, it was in a race or something, and I was so rushed I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised when I got it, and I noticed because it was for a video, so I'm mentioning all these things. I'm like, there's no way I'm getting this. But Cobalt's under some pressure, not just from Slack here. He's not even under pressure from Slack. He's under pressure from his setup.
Yeah. And himself. He wants to do so well. He hates to do bad. He hates to put a bad impression on himself or his channel.
Oh, man, and there it is for Slack.
He's going to do it, too. I thought so. It's so much safer.
To do that.
It's so much
safer.
safer.
No way he couldn't with his shot speed.
It's so much safer. He's already got the 2 cat pieces as well with the pentagram, so the odds of him finding his guppy.
No, I definitely agree that he skips that pill. Keeps the Hanged Man. Oh, that's not so bad. I don't disagree necessarily.
He didn't check his curse room there, though.
Well, he doesn't really need to, I guess.
Being 1 cat piece away, it's hard for me to say no.
Could be useful. Cobalt just takes Bloody Lust and rolls with it.
And just says, I'm going. I don't have time. He knows how strong Slack is.
And he does have the pressure on right now.
If he can keep Slack off mapping this run, if Slack can stay away from those shops, he didn't get that much money out of...
He does have 8 cents. He does need to be checking his shops if he can. And now he has 16, so he has no excuse.
Big gray chest. Big gray chest. With the Ipecac, I was surprised he didn't have more money with where he's at already. Cobalt avoiding that red chest. I would have tried to sneak in there and grab it. I'm desperate at this point to outbuild Slack.
Cobalt has had a pretty ugly setup here.
He needs to not get hit on this floor.
He really can't get hit.
Yeah, because he needs
but that is a big item room.
He needs a competitive item room here. Or a competitive devil deal here.
I like what Slack's doing here. Yep, he made the right choice there, blowing up that demon beggar. He needs the devil room right now, and okay, if he didn't take number 1, I'd have been actually mad at him. Because it's so good with Brimstone. With number 1 and Brimstone, you can even have a Polyphemus setup. Not that we can in this tournament, but it can still shoot quickly.
Yeah.
So it's
just the Ipecac's putting him at the same speed as the Poly.
It is just the right choice for number 1.
Isn't it the same speed though? Poly and for the Brimstone charge should be the same speed, correct?
Probably.
I'm pretty sure
Poly, it's a slower charge normally, but it's almost as fast when you have number 1.
Right.
It's very, very worthwhile. So I'm very glad he took that.
I would be all over. I don't know. I guess he doesn't want to take the red heart damage. Cobalt just too many devil deals missed in these first 2 races, and there's a hit again.
Yep, there it is.
So I would have probably tried the red chest, even though it was a little bit of a risk. You weren't going to take red heart damage off that red chest unless it spawned an item. Then maybe it would push you over the spikes.
Oh man, those suck when you get pushed by a chest. And it's not just like an item, it's a like 50-50 chance basically whether or not you get pushed by a chest.
And he says, screw it, I'm taking a cat.
I don't even know if that was on purpose. But
I mean, at this point,
we are. At least he's not going to be permanently dead if he makes a misstep.
And at this point, he's going to need something huge.
I think that Slack is, well, he's playing his opponent, but at this point he needs to see, okay, there's a 9 lives here. I should probably speed it up at least a little bit.
And it's Cobalt.
It is Cobalt, so he can definitely make the dodges and make this work.
But he has the lead. He has the 1-game lead already.
He does, but I don't know. I'd like to close it out quickly.
With this rule set,
he's got the setup that he can be very fast now.
Well, and with this
he's
rule
just
set,
not really taking advantage of it.
With this rule set, it's so easy for Cobalt to match what Slack has. I mean, it would not take much in a Devil Deal here, a Brimstone and a Guppy piece, and he could be off and running. He's going to drop the left hand for the counterfeit.
Really?
He doesn't.
I guess he doesn't want the red chests now.
I guess he doesn't want the rest of his guppies.
I would definitely keep the left hand in that situation. But I guess he's going for mapping or something. He doesn't have much time for it, though.
I know he's not a fan of the left hand. He says he's afraid of it. He doesn't want to get stuck with it and go into the chest with it.
I mean, that's not really a worry right now.
Yeah.
I don't agree with his choice.
Because you know what you can do to avoid taking it to the chest with you? Not buy the trinket purse.
Yeah, that's very easy to do.
It's very easy to avoid. And honestly, the left hand in the chest, if you're already strong enough, can be a huge amount of soul hearts. I said it when Scott was racing earlier, man. You don't have a Polaroid proc, take the left hand. It's going to at least give you some soul hearts. You had no keys, no Polaroid proc. I'll carry the left hand around the chest.
Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah.
It's worked out.
I think it can be a lot of life late game.
And Cobalt now just farming the bombs from the grimaces rather than fight an easy room.
Just doesn't know. I don't know how he's going to be able to pull this together if he does not start getting some soul hearts together. And he has not seen many in either of his games. I can't blame him for a little bit of damage. We all take some.
And there's the mapping for Slack.
The judgy mapping, too. And hey, get you close to 15 cents again.
This, well, we could see Cobalt faltering and just dying over and over before too long. It's entirely possible depending on his luck, and he hasn't had spectacular luck, so...
He needs like a fall in here or something. I mean, I don't know. Something to give him some luck.
Slack likes the lucky foot. I don't blame him, I guess. I think actually that could be really huge, especially if he has like a greed shop.
Yeah,
lucky. Because then he could get a fortune teller or something.
Yeah. Lucky foot late game too can save your butt. I mean, you see a lot of fortune tellers and stuff. They don't stop spawning.
And immediately gets to put the pills to use. Not that it's a huge deal there, but it could still help a little bit.
And Cobalt getting hit on this boss as well. So there we are again on the unless Locor is really carrying him, he's not getting a devil deal here.
This is not a good boss for him. I think we could start to see the turning of the tables on this run.
Yeah, real quick here. It's going to start to switch directions. I think Slack, honestly, could even go back and check for another shop if he wanted to, knowing he only has 2 left.
And there's the Fallen.
Fallen on the wrong side. I tried to call it for you, Cobalt.
Didn't he already fight the Fallen, though?
Cobalt, did he?
Yeah.
That's where the lust came from. You're right. The bloody came from there.
Yeah.
And there's that cat piece. We knew it was coming with that pentagram.
So now he can re-roll the flight, unless he wants to speed up, which he does.
I wouldn't have.
I mean, you know, if you say so.
Yeah, why not? I'm not a big fan of super speed. So. I don't. Some guys are, some guys aren't. I have a comfortable level.
No, I can work with any level of speed. So, I don't know. It doesn't bother me much.
I struggle with high speeds. I also don't mind slow speed as long as it's not, you know,
well,
dragging.
For me, the reason that I'm really comfortable at low speed is because I intentionally avoid speed up in my casual play, just so the game is harder for me.
Do you?
So, like, it's... people don't give me a lot of credit for dodging, because I work with low speed where some dodges are a lot more difficult or impossible.
Yeah, there are a lot of them that are
harder.
As
people saw in my races, I could dodge everything very easily when I took some speed up.
Some serious speed, yeah. Depending on the level, like I said, I like some, and I'm trying to get better and better with the faster and faster speeds. Because there's some of those items you just can't say no to, like Mark and stuff that are adding speed. Or I've had some scenarios where just a bad speed uphill with a PhD or Lucky Foot has been like, whoa, this is faster than I wanted to be. Definitely gotten better with it.
I'm interested that Slack is skipping so many chests
with
when
15
he has 15 keys.
Yeah. I don't understand that one either.
I mean, yeah, he has a tail, but I don't think that he's going to need to be as worried about what he's getting in the chest, because I think that he's not going to have a problem getting there or winning there.
It's not like he's avoiding his losing his Polaroid proc or something. Sometimes I'm a little careful with my chest opening if I don't want to pick up a half a red heart.
Yeah, but he doesn't even have that.
he doesn't even have that, so I don't know.
I would definitely be keen on taking some health ups from chest in his situation.
Yeah, just
even
rushing.
if they're not necessary, I think they're better than what he's likely to get in the chest, not like he can get a Polyphemus.
Taking the map reading going down.
Yeah, definitely. This is a bad map, but I still wouldn't go down first.
No,
I've had maps that worked like that. I've had chests where I was one room away from the
Oh yeah, it can happen.
boss.
I had an XL basement where I was connected to my boss fight. I mean, it can happen.
But I would definitely not check it first.
And it is
left
not
is
there.
the place to be. Right, left, and like maybe up, but it's either way there.
Yeah. I would have probably gone left and
Has
then
he checked his secret room? He totally
has
hasn't.
not. He's just skipping it.
He only has 3 bombs, so that's kind of okay, but at the same time, could be worth it.
I think with the life he's got, he's pretty confident in his build.
I would be too.
Yeah. But with the life your opponent has and where he's at, you have time in the world. Slack's pretty good about
definitely
usually
play around.
taking advantage of it. And it is up. That would have been exactly how I would have checked it. I would have went left and then rotated up because I was there, and then went right. Bottom would have been my last choice.
Bossy God, that is some good luck.
Yeah. Definitely worse bosses. out
Definitely takes this mark.
The pentagram is huge pickup in these races. We've seen it twice tonight. Really?
Yeah, Slack just had some really good luck there.
I would not... I would have re-rolled the shuffle. I wouldn't have cared about one more red health container. You're not getting another devil deal, so to me the red hearts are pretty much just a crutch. If anything, they're not helping you. Habit for Cobalt? Maybe?
I don't know what he's going to do with that.
I don't either.
I mean, without mapping, I would have probably re-rolled it there with his health.
Well, he re-rolled it to get into the habit, so I think he's just assuming he doesn't have time.
He doesn't have the time.
to
I don't
backtrack,
disagree.
yeah.
Because, I mean, Slack's got a very powerful run here. I just don't know that it's what I'd be looking for.
And the problem I think Cobalt's going to have here, too, is this is the first floor he hasn't taken red heart damage on in a while. So he's probably going to get his
Doesn't
devil
have a
deal here.
teleport.
Yeah, where he can't get it.
Sad to see a 2-0, but it's not over
There was
yet.
a little bad luck on Cobalt's side, guys, but he missed a lot of devil deals. Game 1 and missed a
Yeah,
couple game 2.
His game 1 was mostly his fault.
Yeah, it's game 1 for sure. And I think he missed his caves 1 and 2 opportunity on this game, too.
Maybe he should have taken those warm-ups.
Should have taken those warm-ups, maybe. Because you don't get the soul heart drops, though. Sometimes it's hard. I mean, I'm going to get popped a couple times, but that's why I value sometimes those games where it's...
Oh, man, it's just so late for that.
It's so late. Life is so low. Like, oh...
Oh, man, that's just...
I think he has range, too, doesn't he?
Probably. Too bad we don't list those. So we
I
don't
know. We didn't think about it with the Ipecac. But the reason we don't is because look at Slack's side building up here, and he's not even in the chest yet.
Yeah.
Guess we could go back and delete him afterwards. Slack will make easy work of Isaac here. Flies are going to cause him a couple of hits, but shouldn't be too bad.
The only way that this could go either way, really, is if one of them starts dying.
Yeah.
And
It's
it
Slack's
has to be
game to
Slack
lose.
for it to
Yeah,
go both ways.
it's Slack's game to lose right now. If he keeps getting hit on this fight.
It's certainly
it's-
possible he could get some bad chest rooms and take enough damage to die.
Yeah. Which may have been why he grabbed some of that speed early as well. Avoid those super lusts and whatnot. Ooh, and this map, that is a long walk to the left. And there's Cobalt biting the
I
bullet.
definitely like his items there, though. He takes... I mean, I guess he's not planning on coming back and re-rolling, but I think he has the time for it.
I think he does too, and he's not as healthy as he thinks he is.
I would not have gone with Boom there.
No, I would have left Boom, I would have taken X-Ray and
Absolutely,
Stigmata.
because this should be his boss right here.
Yes. Oh wow,
Has
though.
found it.
Oh wow, though. That was a beautiful floor. Never mind for a long floor.
Yeah, that's why I was very
Yeah.
happy that he took the X-ray vision, but
In case of
not
the
so
mini
happy
boss
he took
scenario.
Boom. I guess he's gonna bomb, so he takes less damage, but I don't know. I think that a reroll on 2 items once again would have been bigger. It might not matter though, because it looks like he could pretty
Looks like he's
definitely
gonna
win
rip
this.
through it pretty quick here.
So so it's not always about the small decisions.
No, it's not. But sometimes it's worth it just for the safety's sake. I mean, honestly, guys, when you're talking about putting down Cobalt into the loser's bracket in round 1, I know I would have been playing my lead to the fullest.
And there it is.
And there goes that last baby. Another 19-minute run, 2 sub-20s, hard for Cobalt to beat. I know he's going to be kicking himself. I'm afraid to call him up. That was way too fast as well. Like, why do they got to put us so far ahead of schedule like that? Those jerks.
Could almost go back.
I know. Let's go watch it again. It's over, and he's off. He says, I'm off.
20s, wasn't it? The first one was like 18, right?
18, 20, and 1934. Definitely Slack got some really good items there, but like I said, he didn't miss any of his devil deals.
He definitely took it at his pace. He could have played that one a lot faster and still won, but still sub 20, still won.
Nobody can doubt how good he is. We've all known it for a long time, and Cobalt knew that could happen any day. So, all right, man. Well, it was good hanging out with you for like 40 minutes. I thought we were gonna get some more fun than that.
I'll happily come back if you want me.
Definitely, man. We got at least one more race with Cobalt, so I'd appreciate it.
All right.
Hoopin' man, thank you for the sub. I do appreciate it. Let's get Cobalt back in here. I know he's gonna want to give you guys a big apology. He hates to let you guys down. So thanks again, Biznap. If you guys aren't following Biznap on YouTube and on Twitch, there's something wrong with you. If you like Isaac, he's been doing it a long time. How many videos a day do you do? I heard something crazy, like 2 or 3 videos a day.
I do 3 videos a day, but only one's Isaac.
There's one, but still, 3 videos a day? That's a lot of work. I give you props for that. That's not easy.
It's not, but
No.
it's good.
All right, man. Well, have a good one. Thank you again. I
You
appreciate
too.
it.
See you.
Later.